Holstein America is proudly sponsored by Allflex Livestock Intelligence, providing monitoring solutions for dairies worldwide. Allflex helps you connect the dots to make complex decisions. From reproduction to health and nutrition, bring it all together with Allflex.
It's a legacy that begins with hardworking families. An icon that continues to have a positive influence on the dairy community. It's learning, growing, and preparing for a better tomorrow. And none of it is possible without U.S. registered Holsteins, the world's perfect cow, and the people who raise them. This is Holstein America.
The registered Holstein, it provides a lineage that goes many, many years back, and we can trace that, and it's a great marketing tool.
Registered Holsteins has been a blessing for us, for the family, the farm.
Working with registered Holsteins and this farm has given me a picture of my future.
Hi, I'm Michelle Davidson. All of these wonderful dairy products are made possible by Holstein cows. They're delicious, nutritious, and all of them make life a whole lot better. It's America's registered Holstein breeders who ensure these products are produced sustainably, efficiently, and at the highest quality in the world. During the next hour, we'll share stories of people who raise registered Holsteins and showcase some phenomenal work at colleges and universities to grow an even brighter dairy future. Our journey begins in Missouri at College of the Ozarks, also known as Hard Work U.
It's always like that saying, if you find a job you love, you never work a day in your life. And that's what the dairy industry here is for me, especially. So I come down here just for fun.
I don't think you can grow without challenging yourself. It wasn't gonna be easy, and I knew that. I knew that going in, but it's about having that passion and having that love, and then just going for it. You have to grow from the challenges you have.
The students that work at the dairy really are committed to the dairy. It's a different type of education. A lot of our ag students are very hands-on. Most of them are. So it's that part of it. A lot of them would rather be down there at the dairy working and learning that way than they would sitting in the classroom.
I enjoy this work because it's going to prepare me for my future in the ag industry. In the ag industry, it doesn't matter what time it is. You still have animals that are relying on you no matter what's happening.
I think the students studying in agricultural fields have a love for the industry, and this is also going to help them in their futures. As a math major, a lot of people question why I'm here, but I think it's because I see this as not just a job, but as a passion. That's what this place is. It's not just a job, it's a family. And I 100% believe that. Like, I will call any of these girls my sisters and any of these guys my brothers, and these animals are our family too.
College of the Ozarks is a truly distinctive institution. One of the foremost reasons is that we are a work college. So students work to offset the cost of their education. They work 15 hours per week at more than 100 workstations that we have here on campus.
So the students are able to graduate here debt-free. And what better place to work than at the dairy? The dairy is a very unique aspect of our college.
I actually did come to College of the Ozarks wanting to work at the dairy, This college stands for what it believes in. We are hands-on, and the students, they don't just learn in the classroom. And so that kind of sparked the love for it as well. It wasn't just adults leading this, it was also our young adults, our students, getting to actually take part and lead in the action with our Holsteins, and I thought that was so amazing.
The main reason I wanted to work at the dairy was because I, A, thought it was a really good experience, but B, was because I knew it helped me. I want to be an agriculture teacher, but because I have no farm life background, I realized that I was lacking kind of as a teacher, in my own opinion, for my students. I told my boss that I would love to work here. I have no experience, but I'm willing to learn, and I was really excited to learn anything that I could.
We're called Hard Work U. We're actually very proud of that. And you can see that on those students' faces, and you can see it in the way they work. They're proud of their work, and they help maintain our dairy herd and provide that wonderful fresh milk that is also supplied to the Keeter Center, our award-winning facility here on campus. It's a lodging and dining facility, and also our cafeteria.
It's interesting because people can see the cows and the dairy farm from Keeter to down here, and so they can actually see how it's farm to plate.
We get to tell our story on what we do here and what we do with the milk to provide for campus, and it really opens the eyes to those consumers that, hey, you know, these dairy products come from some really hardworking people.
Our staff and faculty that work in our agriculture areas, including Ryan Blue and his team of dedicated students, are absolutely centered on making the dairy the best that it can be, the herd itself the best that it can be, and that is quite an integral part of everything that we do here.
We've been pretty fortunate. You know, the students have worked hard taking care of these animals, and it's really starting to show. You know, there's many generations of students that have been through here, and they all have a part in it. You know, we've worked hard and achieved some awards, and been very grateful for those opportunities that Holstein USA provided us.
The fact that our dairy herd is made up of registered Holstein cows is something that is very special for us. That pedigree is something that our students are mesmerized by and that they really latch onto as they are students here.
The registered Holstein, you know, it provides a lineage that goes many, many years back, and we can trace that, and it's a great marketing tool, whether it's to sell our product or sell any of the calves or cows on this farm. People want that paper and they want to hold it in their hand and read that pedigree. But I think the registered cow, probably my favorite part, is here it allows me to do one of my most favorite things, and that's to educate these students. And I can educate them with the Holstein cow being the main focus.
Ryan Blue graduated from this institution and now has dedicated himself to a career here at College of the Ozarks and to mentoring students as they work in the dairy industry.
So Ryan being able to come through the dairy as a student, be a herdsman, and then be hired after graduating to run the dairy has been pretty special, and he has improved the genetics, not only just the breeding, but also in the showmanship skills and things like that. Ryan has brought that a long way at the dairy.
The next step for the farm is creating more of those excellent cows that we can use as donor cows and get embryos off of and make really nice show calves for the students to show, as well as for them to market. I guess I hope we keep striving to do the best we can, and if more awards come our way, we'll be pretty tickled about that.
No one could have imagined the success when Holstein Association USA and Western Kentucky University launched a one-of-a-kind program to improve on-farm practices and technologies. Called the WKU Smart Holstein Lab, the program focuses on evaluating latest technologies, analytics, and genetics to benefit the nation's dairy producers.
So we're here at the WKU Smart Holstein Lab launch. Very, very cool program. It's awesome to see a lot of these technologies in use on a commercial or research style dairy. It's cool to see the overlap of technologies and all the different ways that we can kind of implement them, and to be with a bunch of other people who are really passionate about moving the industry forward through technological advances.
What it is we're basically a test bed working in conjunction with the Holstein Association USA to provide a platform to develop new technologies and to perfect maybe some not quite so new technologies so that when they hit the market they're going to be truly ready to go.
Working with the Holstein Association has been great. Got a caring group of individuals that just want to further the industry.
Well, the Smart Holstein Lab here, I think, is a unique example of how people from various companies and various sectors are working together to understand how can we use this technology, what's most effective, how can we improve the health, well-being of the cows and the quality of the milk they produce.
What's really unique about it is all the new technologies. These kids get to see the newest technologies in that field right here at Western Kentucky University, and that's what I'm most excited about.
This is something that's way bigger than I am, and this is something that's potentially going to impact the entire industry as a whole.
As everybody kind of moves forward and the dairy industry progresses, like, we are getting so much more into technology, and it should be able to be easier for farmers so that there's not this constant labor need, and technology and software is basically going to be the forefront of the dairy industry.
It starts at the college, you know, and you look at one of these students in 20 years, 30 years, where we'll be, where they'll be. You know, it's just a way to plant a seed and grow the technology through the education.
This has been an incredibly busy and an incredibly wonderful 15 months. When I think back on it, I can't really even believe how this herd has changed over time. You know, we've had 14 cows, high genetic cows, donated to our program over this last 15 months, which I think is really wonderful.
And what is really great about the registered Holsteins, we understand the genetics of the animal, and in registered animals, we know their pedigree for many generations.
The ability to look at not only data that we're measuring internally or externally, but then correlating that back to genetic data specifically, and how do we look at the difference between phenotypes and genotypes.
That allows us to breed better cattle and to understand all of the science that goes with doing that.
I've learned that this has been pretty challenging, yet very rewarding. We're getting to use a lot of technologies that most farms don't have access to.
I think, the dairy industry needs, a place like the Smart Holstein Lab that can help providing those insights and evaluations of different technologies, emerging technologies, to farmers.
It's not just like focusing on the production. I think the health of the cow has been like a big priority in these new companies that has been rising up.
WKU in Bowling Green is the most hospitable place for any company to come. The people are nice, they are professional, and you'll have a world-class environment to test your products and gain the valuable research to make the dairy industry a better place.
When Holstein America returns, we share a remarkable multi-generational story in Missouri and the cream program at the University of Vermont.
Bovolus Nasalgen 3 offers young calves unrivaled protection against devastating respiratory diseases, including IBR, PI3, and BRSV. And it has a unique blue shadow, so there's no second guessing which animals have been vaccinated. To up your protection, choose Bovolus Nasalgen 3 PMH, the first and only intranasal that protects against viral and bacterial pneumonia. Talk to your veterinarian and visit nasalgen.com to learn more.
What if you could predict her genetic potential right from the start? With genomic testing, you can. Holstein Association USA offers a variety of genetic testing options, including clarified genomic tests. Add them to your package of genetic tools, from registration and tags to classification, mating, and genomic testing. Holstein Association USA has your herd covered. Visit holsteinusa.com to learn more or contact us today.
U.S. registered Holsteins dominate the industry for total production, efficiency, and overall performance. Stand with the best by building up your great Holsteins to registered status. The Holstein Association's USA Startup Program makes it easy to advance your herd to the next level. Any Holstein animal with a great dam can be registered with the highest possible percentage of registered Holstein ancestry. That means more value for your cattle, today and for the future. Learn more about the Startup Program at holsteinusa.com.
Holstein America is brought to you by Allflex Livestock Intelligence, the leader in animal ID and monitoring. From heat detection to health, get accurate data for optimal productivity. Bring it all together with Allflex.
Welcome back. Our favorite dairy products begin with attention to detail on the farm. Dairying is a complex business, so it's a true testament to the commitment of thousands of dairy farms that have carried on their business for many generations, like Groves View Dairy in southern Missouri.
So the story goes, in 1903, our great-grandparents bought the farm from the railroad. They bought the home 80. They lost it in 1908 because they couldn't make a $4.50 quarterly payment. They bought it back from the railroad in 1913. Brad and I are the fourth generation milking cows here. My kids and his kids are the fifth generation, and we just got the sixth generation addition last week.
You're milking tonight. Working with your brother's great knowledge. We've been dairying together pretty much our whole life. Every now and then you butt heads, but in the long run, when everything clicks, it all goes well. Him and Grant are the crop guys. You leave me the cows and him the outdoor work. That's the key to success here.
I wouldn't trade working with my son for nothing. It's just great. Having a kid that tall helps an old man outreach those young 2-year-olds, give him those to put the milkers on. I have to listen to him because he can whip me. But no, we do get along great. We complement each other.
Been back at the farm for 2 years. They've had a younger eye looking things over, gotten to see a few different ways to do things. Still working on trying to fulfill all of them, but just gotta keep pounding at them. I really like the newborn calves. When you wait 9 months and get a healthy calf on the ground, that's the next generation of the dairy, and I always look forward to, I calve them in to see what they look like as a milk cow.
It's just like opening a Christmas present every time one calves, see what you're gonna get. There's a little over 600 head total here. Feed 70 to 90 bottle calves twice a day. The herds grew into 100% registered Holstein herd.
Registered Holsteins is what we started with. Actually, it started in about 1984 is when the registered came in. Me and Todd were in FFA, and Dad wanted to get us started with some cattle, and he convinced us to start buying registered. His herd was strictly grade at that time, and so we went to herds and purchased really nice registered cows to start the herd with. To begin with, and I mean, we still do it to this day, I would always make calls to guys you look up to, whether it was another dairy farmer, bull stud, pick other people's brains, the ones that have the same, passion as you do. And it has worked out very well to this point. We was able to market bulls and embryos and sell bulls to studs from the startup. And we started with some nice ones, and just kept breeding everything better every generation.
Registered Holsteins has been a blessing for us, for the family, the farm. I don't want to milk just a herd of grade cows. I want to know who they're from, and we've got registered Holsteins because of added value. We get a lot of people that want 5 to 8 fresh cows at a time. That's been a pretty good income boost for us, is selling surplus cattle, and we always seem to have them.
Have type and production, the total package, that's the kind other people's after, and you're able to market. We had a group from Canada come in last year, unannounced. They took 13 head back to Canada from this operation. They literally walked through the herd and handpicked the ones they wanted. The type and production is what sold them.
Yeah, we take pride in our components. Components are the future. Demand is really good right now. Here lately in the last 2 years, milk prices going up, farmers, looking to make a little more income. A lot of dairies have added cows. In our area, dairies trying to make more milk, take advantage of the milk prices right now if they've got the feed to feed them.
Seeing a baby calf hit the ground, watching her grow up to be a productive cow. Seeing the crops, that you put out and what the yields are, and seeing your kids grow up, doing this, it means a lot. There's a lot of rewards.
One of the country's more unique dairy programs is the CREAM program at the University of Vermont. CREAM stands for Cooperative for Real Education in Agricultural Management, and it includes hands-on experience with the registered Holstein herd. Many of the students start with no farming background, but they catch on quickly while doing chores, caring for animals, and learning the dairy business.
The CREAM program started in 1988 under the direction of a dairy geneticist, Dr. Jim Gilmore. And he actually had a student who was the impetus kind of nudging him to develop a program where students would run a dairy. So this program has run with no breaks since 1988.
CREAM stands for Cooperative for Real Education in Agricultural Management, and it's pretty much a student-run dairy farm. So the students are in charge of all the chores, milking, taking care of the calves, taking care of the cows, treating them, and breeding decisions, repro, all the ins and outs of working on a dairy farm.
We start them brand new here, which is remarkable. We'll take a group of 20-something students that have barely even touched a cow before and expect the farm to continue on working like nothing is different. It is a challenge, absolutely, but it is so wonderful to watch these young people gain confidence and just watch their appreciation for cows and farming really grow throughout the year. It's one of the most rewarding parts of my job.
The farm kind of feels like a home to me. There's like a really great community that the CREAM program creates. So that's been one of my favorite parts, is coming here and having a group of peers that are interested in the same things that I am.
I've had many students come and change their career goals. They come here thinking they want to be a companion animal veterinarian, and before they're done here have decided that they want to become a large animal vet, which really makes me happy.
I love their personalities. They're so curious. The way that we can leave the same hose slightly differently coiled and every one of them has to stop and look at it and smell it. We have cows that they know their names. If they're out in pasture and you call them, they'll come running. I came into the university not really knowing what I wanted to do, thinking I wanted to do something with horses. But working with registered Holsteins and this farm has given me a picture of my future. I would love to work either as an AI tech or in herd management someday, and I can definitely only see myself working with a registered Holstein herd. Just knowing how hard they work for us every day. They really give their lives to help us and to feed people, and I just give back what I can in return.
We actually let the students make the breeding decisions. We have a committee called Breeding Committee, and I try not to overstep my bounds when we're having those committees. I generally think if we have 15 smart young people sit around and thoughtfully discuss it, then they're probably going to come up with the right decision, and I think their success is evident here in the barn. We demand high quality cows and we demand high quality students, and I think the combination of both really elevates the cream program.
We have just a really robust group of alumni working in the dairy industry across several career opportunities. We have folks working in animal health and animal nutrition. We have farmers, we have farm lenders, and these are the mentors for our students.
We like the opportunity to be able to work with such nice, high-quality animals. We put in a lot of work and a lot of thought goes into the breedings and the genetics of this herd, so we're very proud.
I think Holsteins are the gold standard breed for the dairy industry. They are high producing, they're economically viable, they fit the sustainability needs that we are looking for, and the breadth of genetic possibilities are broader than any other breed. And when students go out into the real world, they're going to see Holsteins predominantly. So we're really happy to have the herd of cows that we have here. Really proud of them.
When we come back, there's a new option in the dairy genetics business, brought to you by Holstein Association USA.
This wasn't built in a day or even a decade. It gets you up in the morning and sometimes keeps you up at night. To say you're invested is an understatement. We want to help you maximize that investment. With innovation, integrity, and passion, we'll be there for your operation, for your future, for you. This is why Merck Animal Health works.
Holstein Association USA's Tag ID program provides a simple, efficient, and cost-effective solution for permanently identifying your animals. Holstein's All-Flex tags are tamper-proof, fade-resistant, and customizable. That's right, ear tags can be printed with custom information for your farm or individual animals. Visit HolsteinUSA.com to learn more or contact us to place your order.
As a dairy producer, added value means everything to your operation. At Holstein Association USA, we understand value better than anyone. That's why we've developed Holstein Complete, a packaged program that combines all the premium services you count on from Holstein Association USA for one discounted price. This includes registration, membership, mating information, classification, pedigrees, genetic reports and production records, as well as discounts on records processing and genomic testing. Complete your herd today for more profit and convenience. Learn more at HolsteinUSA.com.
Holstein America is brought to you by our friends at Merck Animal Health, the makers of Nasalgin and a leading provider of dairy care solutions. Visit mahcattle.com for support, tips, and products to provide your herd the best possible care.
Welcome back. Technology has always been at the forefront of the dairy industry. And few advancements have changed the landscape more than artificial insemination, or AI, which has expanded the use of top sires and allowed for rapid genetic gains. A man named Dick Witter is a Holstein genetics pioneer. He's an entrepreneur who founded Taurus Service back in the early 1970s.
I would hope if anybody viewing this and doesn't know me at all would say, you know, I can be my own person. I can think this through. I can ask for help. I can work with a mentor. I can do things my way. I don't have to follow the pack. I can be myself. And I think you should be. I've been in the Holstein industry 50 years. I started in 1965, right after high school, with a small artificial insemination co-op in northeastern Pennsylvania here. The manager offered me a job with conditions. And the biggest condition was that I would have to read every night before I went to bed and become self-educated. And I worked a little over 1 year and got drafted in the Army during the Vietnam conflict. During that time, they had made another merger with Maryland, West Virginia to become Sire Power. And the manager of Sire Power kept sending me the newsletters, the monthly newsletters, and a note once in a while and so forth. And when I got out of the Army in 1968, I was, of course, offered a job back there. And it was at the time where there was a lot of mergers and consolidation between the AI companies, particularly the co-ops. And I was packing semen tanks on the very best bull and shipping it to California for 25 cents a little glass ampule. It was getting sold in California for $7. So it prompted a lot of thought on my side that, well, I might better get into the semen marketing business. Well, I started as a distributor on July 15th, 1971 for Carnation Breeding Service. And I grew that business. And a year later, when they bought Genetics Incorporated and changed their name to Carnation Genetics, well, they said, you're no longer going to be in business. The district manager was a man by the name of Paul Dan. And I said, well, the best job you could have is join me, because I'm going to keep on selling semen. And he said, well, how are you going to keep on selling semen? I said, I'll find a supplier. So between Christmas and New Year's, I made arrangements with Tri-State Breeders in Wisconsin, which was a co-op, All West Breeders in the state of Washington. We ended up, Taurus, becoming a distributor for those two companies and continuing on. My partner, Herb Steele, he started with me in 1978. Taurus felt that we had to ensure our own destiny. And the only way to ensure our own destiny was have our own sire lineup. My idea was if we did so, that would prove to the industry that we were in business and planned on staying in business. After building the facilities here in 1982, to growing a progeny test program that was competitive and procuring bulls in any manner, shape, or form that we could. We would do anything reasonably feasible to make a deal with a Holstein breeder that had the right genetics, because we had to compete with the big organizations. And we trained hundreds of farmers to breed their own cows. We ran an AI school for several years, once a month. That was a good way to make them a Taurus customer. The bull that put us on our map was a bull called Walida Citation R. He was a breeder-proven bull. The bull got popular. He was the #1 type bull. I think longer than any bull in the history of the breed was the #1 type bull. And in reality, that bull paid for these bull barns down here. And it paid our partners, counting pretty good, to update their farms. But that also helped us to, even if Taurus was a little organization, if they had the right bull to market, we could get the semen sold. So when Holstein was discussing the idea of Holstein Marketplace, it coincided with the period of time where major AIs were trying to control more genetics, and some bulls weren't available as free agents. They were only available if you signed a contract and the future of any offspring and so forth. I think the idea and part of being an association was to help create opportunities for your membership. So I think it was a good move on the association's part to, one, listen to their membership, two, create opportunities for their members, and to help create a future. So Marketplace Sires was started and developed with the initial concept that the breeder would own the bull, the breeder would pay for producing the semen and housing the bull. Holstein Marketplace would market semen on the bull. And believe me, I know that you better be listening to the breeders, because if they have confidence, more often than not, they're the ones that are right. It's not what's on paper. It's not what some genetic evaluation is telling you. If you're dealing with a real down-to-earth, grassroots Holstein breeder that wants to tell it like it is and be honest with himself, those are the kind of people you get the best bulls from. So this is an opportunity for them to put a bull into an AI program and sell semen. The beauty of being involved with the Holstein breed allows for that diversity to continue. I'm stubborn enough to want to encourage everybody that's breeding registered Holsteins to be mindful of the fact that they should do a lot of their own thinking, do a lot of their own matings, breed cattle their way. Don't get tied up in the fact that there's only one way to do it, because there's not. The only way we got to where we are with registered Holsteins, and with registered Holsteins being the breed of choice around the world, is because independent thinking breeders bred them their way and proved that it could be the right way.
Leading the Holstein Marketplace Sires program today is Tim Zimba, a lifelong enthusiast of U.S. registered Holsteins and Holstein Association USA. Here's a look at how the program makes it easy for Holstein breeders to market semen directly to other breeders.
By breeders, for breeders. Holstein Association USA's Marketplace Sires program pairs registered dairy breeders with those seeking more versatility in their AI selection. The person the association tapped to lead the program is a natural. Tim Zimba has spent his entire life in dairy genetics.
Holstein and genetics have been in my blood since I was a child. I've been part of this association for my entire life. So the opportunity to work with dairy genetics and then work with an association that has been such an important part of my life was a no-brainer for me.
Zimba knows he has an important job with Holstein Marketplace Sires. Some dairy producers have genetic needs that are quite specific, and this program is uniquely suited to address them.
My goals for the future of Holstein Marketplace is obviously to grow the program, to make it a more mainstream option for breeders to bring bulls into the program and breeders to purchase semen and genetics through the program. I would like to not just stick to one set of ideology, be well-rounded, have bulls that may fit some niche markets.
Jay Jokey and his wife own Synergy Family Dairy in Wisconsin. The couple have a bull in the Holstein Marketplace Sires program that fills many needs.
What I'm trying to accomplish is produce a high-type, high udder composite bull that still has a fair amount of milk and has the workability, the positive DPR, and the positive productive life. And so this bull kind of fits all that. He doesn't really make him too big, but yet he's going to make really good, high-type offspring that do the things that we want them to do. Lay down, have a calf, do things easy.
Not only does Holstein Marketplace Sires introduce a new line of genetics into herds, it does so while bringing royalties back to the breeders, small and large. Rick Adams owns Sugar Creek Dairy, also in Wisconsin, and has a bull in the program.
I think it's a place for the breeders that, have kept at it and kept to their beliefs and their principles. And they're going to make some quality pedigrees and quality animals that need to be used more so than just in their own herd. That can be expanded and delivered nationwide. That's outstanding to have that chance. So I'm glad this program's here.
Visit HolsteinUSA.com and click on Holstein Marketplace to view the current offering of U.S. registered Holstein genetics and to learn more about how to get involved with the program. For Holstein America, I'm Miles Ramsey.
When Holstein America returns, we travel to New England and visit a cheesemaker committed to sharing knowledge to the next generation.
Bovolus Nasalgen 3 offers young calves unrivaled protection against devastating respiratory diseases, including IBR, PI3, and BRSV. And it has a unique blue shadow, so there's no second guessing which animals have been vaccinated. To up your protection, choose Bovolus Nasalgen 3 PMH, the first and only intranasal that protects against viral and bacterial pneumonia. Talk to your veterinarian and visit nasalgen.com to learn more.
What if you could predict her genetic potential right from the start? With genomic testing, you can. Holstein Association USA offers a variety of genetic testing options, including clarified genomic tests. Add them to your package of genetic tools, from registration and tags to classification, mating, and genomic testing. Holstein Association USA has your herd covered. Visit HolsteinUSA.com to learn more or contact us today.
U.S. registered Holsteins dominate the industry for total production, efficiency, and overall performance. Stand with the best by building up your great Holsteins to registered status. The Holstein Association's USA Startup Program makes it easy to advance your herd to the next level. Any Holstein animal with a great dam can be registered with the highest possible percentage of registered Holstein ancestry. That means more value for your cattle, today and for the future. Learn more about the Startup Program at HolsteinUSA.com.
Holstein America is proudly sponsored by Allflex Livestock Intelligence, providing monitoring solutions for dairies worldwide. Allflex helps you connect the dots to make complex decisions. From reproduction to health and nutrition, bring it all together with Allflex.
Welcome back. Perachel Creamery is a family endeavor that's focused on community, tradition, and preserving cheese-making practices. Owner Peter Dixon also devotes much of his time to teaching the next generation about where their food comes from. Several years ago, he started working with the Putney School in Vermont, which traces its roots to the very beginnings of the Holstein Association, to show students how milk from local pastures turns into cheese that's in demand all across the country.
The Putney School is a college prep school, but it was founded on a dairy farm intentionally in 1935. We maintain to this day a working dairy. We have gardens, we have greenhouses, we have horses, and the students all have a job every day. And they help take care of the livestock, they help grow the food, they help put in the hay. And the Holstein Association itself, part of its founding was on the farm that I now live on in Putney, Vermont. And that is why the Holstein Association happened to be in Brattleboro. And making milk, involving these teenagers in agriculture on that spot is fulfilling to me.
Well, this is really the culmination, as my wife jokingly said, it's the last cheese business I'll ever have. And I've had kind of a long, winding journey as a cheesemaker in my career. I've worked for some of the larger companies, not as big as Cabot, but I worked managing Vermont Creamery's production for some years. And this would never have gotten going unless there was a farm that made the kind of milk we needed. So luckily for us, it's 6 miles away. I really can't believe how lucky we are. The challenge was with, working with Pete Stickney, who had no prior experience selling milk to a cheesemaker, like building this relationship, helping to teach him about the value of the milk he makes and what we can do as we work as a team going forward to make the best possible milk for these cheeses we make at Perachel.
I've been milking the cows in the morning, and I see all the milk inside of that bulk tank, and I want to see where that milk goes. So I signed up for cheese making, and I milked in the morning, and then I got here in the afternoon and I saw all the milk in this tank over here, and then I saw the process of it slowly being turned into something that we could eat and would be like used in our dining hall. And it's been really awesome and really, really cool to see the process of how the milk that I help get in the morning gets brought here and turned into cheese.
Yeah, well, this cheese is for them to eat, that's a beautiful thing, is that being on a dairy farm and, you know, making cheese from that milk, and then, you know, you're eating it. You're eating what you make. And so I think we've got a really good thing going here.
They take home that making cheese is a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun to do with your friends in a group. And they've learned chemistry directly and indirectly here. They've learned the value of collaboration. They've learned the various forms milk can take.
You're like, what? They made all that? Like 12 different varieties from that same milk that I helped in the barn put in the tank? That's the mind-blowing part of it. It's just the diversity of cheese as a product, you know. And I hope over the extended time we work together that they'll go away with a sense of, you know, this is one kind of food you can make. You know, it's a dairy product, but just in general, what people go through in their small businesses to make these very good, high-quality foods.
Holstein America has been made possible in large part because of the support of Merck Animal Health. Here is a word from our sponsor.
My passion's cows. I love cows. That passion came from my grandmother. She always had a farm cow. That cow could eat any weed, anything out there, and convert that marginal food into a high quality protein that she could feed the family. Because in the 30s, there wasn't as much food on the plates. The fun thing now is that with the breeding and with the health techniques that we're having provided for us, how do we take care of that cow better so she's more productive and more efficient? The Maddox family has been milking cows after my father graduated from Cal Poly in 1957, but he got into registered cattle back in the late 50s from the influence of Harmon Toon, his advisor at Cal Poly, and we've grown from there. He started with one calf back in the day, and look at us now. We're milking 3,800 head of cattle, 4,500 mature cows total, counting the dry cows, another 4,500 head of replacement heifers. Everything is registered on the farm. We do extensive embryo transfer work. We do a lot of genetics work over the years, and we try to specialize in that. That being said, you got to be great managers of the cattle because you got this great investment in the future in genetics. But a key part of the management scheme isn't just the nutrition, isn't just the treatments and the breedings, it's also the prevention. And part of the prevention is an intensive vaccination program. You know, 2 years ago when Merck brought in their technical vet to do our normal 5-year reevaluation of our vaccination program, we were able to consolidate some of the vaccines, not give as many shots. Some of the other competitors' vaccines are good, but Merck has a program where these vaccines fit hand and glove better and with a multiple coverage better, and we decided to go that route in our trust and faith in Merck was paid back very well with healthier cows. We were having trouble with calves coughing and stuff at day 30, and so we just started throwing a Nasalgen in at day 25 to stop it. You know, just amazing stuff. And when you see something that hits you in the face, you wonder why you didn't do it earlier. It's an ongoing challenge, so we need to use all the tools in the toolbox to help us take care of the cows in a sustainable way as possible, because comfortable cows are healthy cows.
When we return, research going back 20 years shows Holstein cows that look the part are also more productive. We'll find out how after this.
This wasn't built in a day or even a decade. It gets you up in the morning and sometimes keeps you up at night. To say you're invested is an understatement. We want to help you maximize that investment. With innovation, integrity, and passion, we'll be there for your operation, for your future, for you. This is why Merck Animal Health works.
Holstein Association USA's Tag ID program provides a simple, efficient, and cost-effective solution for permanently identifying your animals. Holstein's All-Flex tags are tamper-proof, fade-resistant, and customizable. That's right, ear tags can be printed with custom information for your farm or individual animals. Visit HolsteinUSA.com to learn more or contact us to place your order.
As a dairy producer, added value means everything to your operation. At Holstein Association USA, we understand value better than anyone. That's why we've developed Holstein Complete, a packaged program that combines all the premium services you count on from Holstein Association USA for one discounted price. This includes registration, membership, mating information, classification, pedigrees, genetic reports and production records, as well as discounts on records processing and genomic testing. Complete your herd today for more profit and convenience. Learn more at HolsteinUSA.com.
U.S. registered Holsteins dominate the industry for total production, efficiency, and overall performance. Stand with the best by building up your great Holsteins to registered status. The Holstein Association's USA Startup Program makes it easy to advance your herd to the next level. Any Holstein animal with a great dam can be registered with the highest possible percentage of registered Holstein ancestry. That means more value for your cattle, today and for the future. Learn more about the startup program at HolsteinUSA.com.
Holstein America is brought to you by Allflex Livestock Intelligence, the leader in animal ID and monitoring. From heat detection to health, get accurate data for optimal productivity. Bring it all together with Allflex.
Welcome back. Registered Holstein breeders strive to balance the way their cows look with the efficient production of milk. But does a cow's physical conformation relate to economically important traits like lifetime milk production? A recent study from Holstein Association USA, analyzing almost 20 years of data, found eye-opening answers to that question. Miles Ramsey has the story.
New research from Holstein Association USA proves conformation matters. Using a data set of more than 1 million cows, spanning almost 20 years, the organization matched data from official linear classification scores to dairy herd improvement records. And Holstein Association USA Analytics and Innovation Scientist Dr. Jeffrey Bewley says results are clear.
Cows that are more functionally correct last longer and produce more energy-corrected milk than those that are less functionally correct.
Based on the research, registered Holstein cows in the top quartile for classification scores from 82 to 89 produced almost 13,400 more pounds of energy-corrected milk across their lifetimes when compared to the bottom quartile, animals with scores of 50 to 76. Quick math, using a $20 per hundredweight long-term milk price results in a difference of $2,678 in lifetime gross revenue per cow.
It provides us with a set of information that helps us understand, based on a large population of animals, what's important to look at. And as we're thinking about making decisions about what to breed for, what to select for, we have now some information that sometimes says this particular trait was more important than we thought it was.
Many dairy farmers conduct classification evaluations annually. Holstein Association USA classifiers visit the farm and score animals based on 5 major areas. The physical evaluations prove to be important, both in the barn and in the milking parlor.
A lot of the other traits, rear udder in particular, rear udder height and rear udder width, relate very well to how long that animal lasts, how much she milks, and also a lot of the other traits actually relate to somatic cell score. So those things are very important for how long and how much that animal produces. Another thing I think that's important is some of the feet and leg traits. Foot angle, for example, has a lot to do with how long that animal stays in the herd.
Solid conformation, greater longevity, more production. All reasons why classification continues to be an important aspect of dairy herd management. Visit HolsteinUSA.com to learn more. For Holstein Association USA, I'm Miles Ramsey.
The U.S. dairy industry touches many corners, from students taking their first steps into the future to multi-generational farms pushing into tomorrow. The dairy products they produce help feed the world and improve our lives in so many ways. Take a few minutes to enjoy one of these great tasting products and think about all the hard work that made them possible. It'll do your body good. On behalf of America's registered Holstein breeders, thanks for watching Holstein America. I'm Michelle Davidson.